Yes, hello and hello, all blessings and greetings to the global community of Teachers. My name is Otioma, the community live from Central Nigeria. It's always a pleasure to be with you. And today's topic is titled Fiat currencies designed to enslave people. And I keep on saying in my videos that we've been played, we've been lied to, we've been deceived, we've been fooled. And this is because we grew up believing what we've been told. We grew up believing what those in authority have told us. Either be when I see people in authority, it can be your president, your governor, your pastors, your imams, your committee leaders. We forget we deploy all our trust into these people, forgetting the fact that these people are also human beings like us. Okay, the same way they have what it takes to understand and know the truth is the same way we also have what it takes to know the truth for ourselves. And when I came across this shocking fact, it shocked me to the bone. I was shocked to discover this very fact that truly on every central bank balance sheet, fiat currency, paper money is classified as liability. I know this will shock a lot of people. Fiat currency is regarded as a liability. And those of us that doesn't know what a balance sheet is, and because our people are not knowledgeable about finance. We don't even know how money works. You know, a balance sheet is a database or an entry that classify asset on one side and liability on another side. Okay, so asset are actually things that bring money. Asset are things that generate more money for people that are holding a particular asset. Example of asset are gold, crypto, tech, Bitcoin, real estate, bonds. Okay, these are assets. So if you, for example, if you check the balance sheet of major corporations, you will see all these things being, or balance sheet of government and even banks or corporations. You will see that on the asset side, um, you will see real estate bonds. Recently now, in the case of El Salvador and Central African Republic, you will see Bitcoin as an asset. Okay, and when you go to liabilities, liabilities are what takes money, is what nothing actually. It takes money from you, it drains you, okay, and it doesn't bring back any returns. Okay, so liability are classified under, this is central bank balance sheet. And I watched the interview with Federal Reserve chairman. He said on the Federal Reserve balance sheet, fiat currency, the US dollar, because we are using US dollar because it is the global monetary that is used for reserve. That US dollars is used for, is classified as a liability. And a lot of us grow up believing that cash is asset. They tell you to save, to to save here, and by the time you're saving, how can you save something that government will just wake up on a daily and then print bunch of those things into circulation, like what we see under lockdown? Majorly every government around the world printed money. So if you are holding cash, if you are holding fiat currency, is cash, is paper money. So if you are holding paper money, you are holding a liability. This is not from me. This is not my theory. It's not my hypothesis. This is obtainable everywhere around the world. Central banks don't consider the paper money you hold as an asset. They consider it as a liability. It's what not. It doesn't bring any returns. And that is why when we educate people to invest in cryptocurrency, to invest in tech, because this is where the world is going in the future. A lot of, and I watched Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary is a billionaire. In fact, he's the one that is actually preparing institutional investors to come to bring trillions and billions into crypto. The guy said time is coming where crypto, Bitcoin, okay, because when somebody mention Bitcoin represent entire crypto, okay. So when I mention Bitcoin, I'm actually talking about the entire cryptocurrency, okay. And but when it comes to specific specifications, that is when we have other breakdowns like TACC and other cryptocurrencies out there. So Kevin O'Leary said, time is coming where Bitcoin or crypto, okay, will be used by major institutions because will be used by major institutions as an asset. Right now, we recently, just last month, Tesla as a company published their annual financial reports, and in this report, these guys were holding Bitcoin and their they sold some portion of their holdings, which is around 900 and something million dollars, and they are still holding on to 10,000 BTC. So if you, Tesla is one of the biggest companies in the world. This is a company that is worth more than $1 trillion, and they are holding Bitcoin as an asset. MicroStrategy, Fidelity, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan just last month said even in the midst of this dip, Bitcoin is considered by major institutional investors as an alternative and a powerful asset class. So this is what we're talking about. And when we talk about this, you have to understand that where the world is going, the same way we have the US dollar challenging other fiat currencies around the world. It's the same way we have other cryptocurrencies challenging the dominance of Bitcoin, because it will be very dangerous to have monopoly in this space. It will be very dangerous to have just BTC ruling this space. So that is why we have TACC at our disposal. This is what we are building for our people. This is what we are building for our people. And when people look around, because by the time Bitcoin becomes so adopted by major institutions around the world, because these guys are always looking for means to make money. They don't stop. People, billionaires are always looking for the next hot investment out there. And that is why we're trying to build TACC foundation to be so solid, so that by the time everybody have looked at Bitcoin and said, okay, we have seen countries adopted Bitcoin, we have seen major institutions adopt Bitcoin, what is the next big thing out there? And the next cryptocurrency they will look at is TACC. It is TACC. And who will they be buying this TACC from? It is you and I. The same way ordinary people that started Bitcoin, okay, got involved in BTC, and they were people that got involved in Bitcoin from the initial stage are the ones selling BTC now to countries, to institutional investors. It's the same thing we're talking here. Dear brothers and sisters, do not see yourself as inferior. This is what we are doing, and we are doing it. We can do it. Our mind are like a fertile ground. Whatever we plant in this mind of ours, it's just a matter of time. It will germinate and blossom. It will germinate and blossom. So we just have to remain meaningful specifics. People that started Bitcoin didn't give up. Despite, you guys don't know the wars that took place when Bitcoin started. A lot of controversies. The likes of this guy from Antigua, this Roger. Roger um was a major contender in the early days of Bitcoin. These are people that fought Bitcoin and then broke away from Bitcoin and then formed Bitcoin Cash, a fork of Bitcoin. And that is why Roger is pushing Bitcoin Cash in Antigua and Barbuda. These are people that started Bitcoin in its early days. And this is where they have placed because they're breaking out away from Bitcoin. They are now creating their own a fork of Bitcoin, which is Bitcoin Cash. So the same thing we are doing in TACC. We are placing TACC in the hands of ordinary people. Today I went to um one part of the city, and to see a friend, an old friend of mine, and so he's an investor in TACC actually, and I was trying to reawaken him to tell him that, look, guy, um, when TACC started, you were actually very very hot, but maybe it seems you don't understand what we are doing. So this is why I'm here to reawaken you, you know, and to let you know that, look, this is what we are doing. And guess what? When I went to see this brother, because he's working with a Chinese company, he was crying bitterly to me that the Chinese are oppressing our people. He said it to me. He said, look, that this is he was literally lamenting. He said, if we're not careful, and I went there with the mindset to even actually open his eyes, but he was the one opening my eyes. Right? He was saying, Utiom, look, the Chinese want to take over Africa. This is the guy is working with a Chinese company. He said, these guys are treating us as if we are second class citizens in our own country. They are treating us as if we are inferior. He said, I don't take nonsense from any Chinese man. They are turning us into slaves. In fact, my friend was humble enough to admit that, my brother, we are enslaved right now. That today's slavery is no longer in chains. It's no longer in chains. It is stylish in nature. And he said, this is what the Chinese are doing. He went on, he educated me more about Chinese. He said, the Chinese, the majority of the Chinese that were brought to Nigeria in the recent month and they were working with them, these guys don't even know anything. They came to Nigeria and learned everything. It is like they literally left China as illiterate. They don't have handwork. It is when they came to Nigeria that they started learning from. They even started learning from us, and after they learned from us, they started controlling us, because it is their people that are the helm of affairs. It is our people that are at the helm of the construction company. So this is what we are saying. The Chinese are taking over. And he said, my brother, and I want to make it clear. He said, my brother Utiom, the Chinese are heartless. He said the Chinese don't have sympathy for human beings. And that is why I said, if we think we have been enslaved under the Caucasians and it is painful, wait until Chinese take over. And he said majority of these Chinese that come to Nigeria, they come illegally. That sometimes immigration will come to the site and try and arrest some of them. And at the end of the day, they will be bribed will be given to these officials, and the whole thing will just die. He said the Chinese are buying land in Africa. They are buying lands in Nigeria. This is the conversation I had today with my friend. We don't know what is happening, and we just sit. We think somebody, and when we're talking to some people, an elderly man. This is what we say. Those who have come before us have actually failed us. The man was saying that we should pray. That we should pray God will save us in this calamity. And I said, really, prayer is good, but we have been praying for ages. That we should know that the Chinese are after money. That money will take us to hell, and we should not feast our mind on money. Seriously, I want to ask you a question, dear Africans, my brothers and sisters. According to the script, according to the scriptures, what are the attributes of hell? No, let's talk about this. Talk to me. According to these holy books, the Bible, the Quran, and wherever you read about hell from, what are the attributes of hell? And now I will say it in how I've understood it. The attribute of hell: everlasting suffering, torture, pains, right? Yes, suffering, like on a large scale, non-stop suffering. And I want to ask you, dear Africans, the condition we are in now, the condition we are currently in now, what is different between it and hell? No, what is the difference between the present condition that we are in and that people are coming to take over our land, that people are subjecting us to hunger? What is the difference between this particular condition that we are in now than hell? What is the difference between what we are facing now, the hunger, the inequality, the injustice? What is the difference between what we have, what is the difference between our present condition with our present condition than with the hell that have been described in the books? We are already in hell. We are in hell already. We are in hell already. Oh, we've really been played. Like, we've really been played. And that's why I say sometimes, and I didn't even finish. After I spoke to my brother, my friend, Immediately I got home, he called me and he said, Otium, yeah, I know after you left there, I was so filled with fire, and I have to talk to my friends, and now they're even asking for your number. You know, they want to get involved in tag. This is what we are talking about. In fact, he called me even before I come to this broadcast. He said he would like to that people are beginning to ask him, you know, that because they heard my conversation. If you see me anywhere, I don't talk. I'm after development and saving my people. I don't just talk. I don't just sit and talk nonsense. So people were, when I was discussing with my friend, because we were sitting on a round table there, right? I was talking with the same way I used to talk with. This is how I talk. I talk loud, right? So when I'm talking, people think I'm actually fighting. It's not fight. This is my nature. I talk out loud. I talk as if I talk as if somebody is far from me. This is my nature, and sometimes my friend will just have to tell me, you are shouting. It's not shouting. This is my nature, like, because I express myself from my belly, from my heart, and people that were there actually overheard me. And when I left, they reached out to my friend and they said they want to really get involved in tech. So this is what we are saying. This is what we are saying. Become a person of value. Be Your life should be about educating your people. Your life should be about awakening your people, waking up your people. Because for the most part, sincerely speaking, our people don't know. Majority of them don't really know. And when you try to open their eyes, those who really want to make a difference, those who really want the best for themselves, when you open their eyes, they hear you out and they take action. This is what we're talking about. Reach out to your brothers and sisters. Let's educate our people. Let's put that in the hands of our brothers and sisters. Nobody is coming to save us, the Africans. We are the ones to save ourselves. You must see yourself as a savior. Why will you see yourself as somebody? Why will you see why so you just sit and somebody will come and save you? Why will you not save somebody? What is wrong with us? Let us have the savior's mentality. Let us have the Christ mentality. The Christ mentality, the Christ mindset, the Christ consciousness is about saving people. Save yourself and save your people. So, um, fiat currency is designed to enslave us because when TAC was launched, TAC was all-time high was $33, and it's now deep. We are now in a deep, and um, the same thing. Bitcoin reached traded to $69,000. It's now trading at 24, 25. Okay, but but that is crypto for you. Crypto is dynamic. It goes up and down. But when fiat currency goes down, it never goes up in value. Let Is the naira not crashing? The naira is crashing. The fiat currencies are crashing. And once they crash, they don't go up again. So tell me, between these two currencies, which one will you pick? As for me and my family, I'm picking cryptocurrency. I'm picking TAC. Thank you very much. TAC continues to go up here. Peace.